National League results. Ben, I'm going to come to you first. Any standouts apart from the top one? You're not allowed to mention that. But then again, it probably is predictable.
You ruined my fun.
Yeah, that's why I said it. I knew.
I'll tell you what, I'll cheer you up with this one instead. Ultra beat us 5-0. I mean, we know far on our favourite side on this podcast, but yeah, no, they've suddenly just unleashed, hell on them, basically. That's a very dampening result for them, though, isn't it? Like, particularly at home and where they are in the league at the moment. It's the last thing you wanted against a side that probably maybe underachieved so far for where they were last year. But that's the thing that may well push them back into where they should be in that, which was near enough the playoff area last year. But I think I have to give a big amount of credit to York City. I don't know if anyone saw the late showing they had at Halifax. It was quite something. I mean, I didn't realise until I saw it that there was more York City fans at that game than Halifax fans, which is always a bit of an embarrassment, to be honest. But tell you what, those limbs at the end of the game looked absolutely brilliant. They did. Equaliser, I think, on 92 minutes. And then Ollie Pearce missed the 40 goals last year in that, nicking another one again this year, the last seconds, like the spot wild celebrations. God knows how many of those York City fans didn't come out with any nosebleeds or bruises at all from the celebrations, because that looks absolutely brilliant. And again, that just shows that they're a different class this year. The fact that, they are just keep going right to the end. And to be fair to Adam Hinchwood, he's done an amazing job there. Since he's gone in, he kept them up last year. And, he's really pushed them on now, and they're in a very good position at the moment. Because I don't think many would have tipped them to be, top of the league at this moment in time. Maybe towards the playoffs, but to be where they are, with some of the, bigger size and the bigger budgets in that league, fair play to them, because, I don't think anyone was expecting that. So, yeah, they're probably my standouts of the week.
Completely agree. I will read out Luke's comments and Michael's in a second. There is a lot of chat about the National League. We'll just get these ones out the way first. Uncle Nick, is there any that stand out for you on National League?
Probably Woking Forest Green.
Yep.
Because obviously Forest Green are right at the top end of the table. I guess they'd have expected to go there and win. So that's a decent point for Woking. I probably hate to say it, Yeovil, where they've come from in the past. I think they've always struggled when they've been down in the national, and they're in the playoffs. So that's obviously a decent result. And it's quite a decent little ground to go to down there. It's not that long ago. They were in the league. I've been down there watching them with Swindon, so it's always quite a good, decent ground to go to. But yeah, that's you got your teams like your Oldhams in that, who are always there or thereabouts, and probably going on last season's Gateshead. Again, these. I don't know what happened with them because they had the issue with the 10-year lease, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's been resolved. If they do get into the promotion areas, whether they would be allowed to go up into the Football League.
I'm sure, Luke, if you're in the chat, if you have more information, I think he was a bit more positive when we last spoke about it, Luke, wasn't he? Yeah. But I'm not 100% sure. So if you are in the chat, Luke, which I think you are, with your match report, please let us know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting just to know if they have resolved it, because I mean that would be gutting if they were thereabouts again and get restricted just because of a lease issue.
Yeah, I completely agree. Just before Luke answers as well, Anne, is there any standouts for you? I think I know which one you're going to say.
Which one do you think I'm going to say?
Hartlepool.
100%. 100%. Definitely Hartlepool. I think the Fylde result as well is like pretty damning. Poor Super Kev. But yeah, Hartlepool beating all the shots. They're just going through a horrible time, and they do need a seal. I mean, if any Hollywood superstar like Drake or Rihanna or whatever want to take over a football club, go to Hartlepool. It's a cracking doubt. Well done to them. Yeah, I just want to echo what Nick said about Yeovil. Like they have struggled, haven't they? And they always seem to be like a little staple of the National League. So good to see them like coming back up and doing really well. And they've got a lovely home top this year as well.
I love that. Jen, is there any standouts for you in National League?
I probably would have said the Halifax and York one as well. I think it was just a fantastic game. It was last-minute winner. You can't not love a last-minute winner. And to see the fans celebrate the way they did, it was just, that's the kind of football that you love. That's the kind of limbs that you want to see, broken bones, chairs flying everywhere, beer everywhere. That's the kind of result you want.
100%. Chris has put in the chat, big win for Hartlepool at home against Aldershot. Definitely one of my results of the week.
Can I just jump in and say I don't want to be in an away end with Jen if she likes broken bones when we score goals.
I haven't broken a bone, but I've bruised a few parts of me, okay? All I remember is Spurs away in the FA Cup. Someone had snuck beer in under the jacket out into the actual stadium, and obviously we scored first at Spurs, and the beer went everywhere. It was in my hair, it was all over my clothes. I stunk driving 3 hours home from London, so don't want beer all over me ever again because it was disgusting.
In the chat as well, Chris has put, Anne, I'm so surprised that Jeff Stelling hasn't taken over at Hartlepool at all.
I reckon he's probably trying, you know what I mean, trying to get something about, because he is very vocal on Twitter and stuff about it. So I would be amazed if he isn't part of like a consortium or whatever that looks to take it over.
As well in the chat, Chris has also put, Boston United sacked their manager on Monday after the draw with Eastleigh.
Unsurprising, they're in a bad way at the moment. Well, I think they will go straight back down anyway, to be honest. I don't think sacking the manager is going to help them, but stranger things have happened in the National League.
Just to answer your question as well, Uncle Nick, Luke has put, no real details come out about the stadium and the lease, but the playing and coaching staff have been guaranteed that there is no issues if Gateshead get promoted involved in the ground. So pretty promising. Chris has put 6 points next season then, Ben.
Good well, babe.
So just back on obviously Luke, he has sent his match report in for the Solihull Moors game. So he's put Solihull Moors at home, hard working and a great performance from our lads. Quite an even game from both sides, but we managed to bag ourselves a 91st winner. Love that. Absolutely love that. I saw it as well. He's also put 7 points out of 9 we have with Calm. This is what does me dirty. Calm Magnet in charge. Couldn't be more happier than that. We have such an amazing 5 years at the club. The amount of positivity from me probably shows it. I love that though. I do really like Gateshead.
There is one downside about Gateshead. The Schooner, the great pub that it was and is closed now, and it's called something on the Tyne now, I think. Can't remember what the pub's called now. That was a cracking pub, that.
I love that.
I'm sure I can't remember what it's called now. It's something on the Tyne, I think. A pub on the
Tyne. Is that the one just down the road from the ground then, is it?
Yeah. On the big I used to DJ there. It was bloody brilliant. Fog on the Tyne, that's it.
He's put it in.
What a stupid name.
Oh, I love that. Oh, Ran, you'll have to DJ our Absolute Football Podcast party when we make one.
Yeah.
I'll be DJing
like
in the awards night in a few weeks' time.
Do it. Luke has also put no game for us at the weekend since it's the FA Cup, so I'm just going to my local team to support them this weekend. I love that.
Intrigued me, that, because I don't know who it is. I've been trying to put my finger on it. Like, where's close to Gateshead? Newcastle, but I don't think you just say he's going to go watch Newcastle. So I'm trying to think. It could be Jarrow. We could be going to watch them, or Hebben. I'm not sure. I'm just intrigued.
Sam has put DJ Ants Rants. And I will get on to Rochdale now. So Johnny's put positive, to be fair. He's put at least Hendo scored, Shah. Yes. To be fair, when Ian Henderson came on, he changed the game again. And this is why Hendo can't retire at the end of the season. I'm going to actually beg him not to, because do you know what? He's still fit as a fiddle for 39. Like, he's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, Ian Henderson, he's really took care of his body. And yeah, even the commentator said it as well when we were watching it. He'd just taken care of his body, and he's just, when he came on, he was the best player on the pitch by far. So yeah, really love Hendo. He's the goal. Michael has put, my match report. Why do we pass around the back? Look what that caused on Saturday. Thought we were unlucky not to get a draw.
That was an amp rant earlier on in the season, wasn't it? Teams passing out from the back.
Did any of you see Barnett's first goal between our keeper and Berger?
I just remember you being really, really upset about it in our group chat.
Always. I feel like it's a regular thing. He's put Robson and Hogan, I think it was on Saturday. What were they doing for that goal? It was actually Berger. Obviously, Robson passed the ball. It wasn't the best pass. And then, obviously, Berger miscontrolled it. And, yeah, they scored. But, to be fair, all three goals, like, give Barnett the due. The second goal, it was a good finish, to be fair, but it was still defensive error from us, and they were all defensive errors, the goals. So first half, our defence were an absolute calamity. Second half, we got back into it, probably should have got a point out of it, if not more, because their defence ended up a calamity. We just didn't put our chances away, and it was so frustrating. But yeah, the passing at the back needs to stop. Yeah, I agree with this as well. Alaraki is on fire and he's tearing the National League apart. He really is, but he should have buried at least one of those chances on Saturday, Michael. You probably agree as well. This as well from Michael. I also love the connection our players have with the fans this season, and he loves that Berger connects with us fans. Through TikTok, yeah, completely agree with that. As much as it's frustrating, it's so nice to see like the togetherness and the connection between obviously the fans and the players. We've not had that for a very long time, and that's all thanks to obviously Jim McNulty. It's put as well, Hendo retiring at the end of the season will make me cry. Me too. No Hendo, no party. It's actually no Cairo, no party, Sean. Get it right. I'm joking. That's just a song we sing. But yeah, it was very frustrating, to be fair. It's a lot of our mistakes, and I feel like teams, we are very vulnerable ones. I think teams are beginning to suss us out now, and on the press from the opposition team, our defense just really can't handle it. And yeah, I think we need a little bit of a plan B. And I said it last week as well, where sometimes it's passing from the back. Yes, it's nice and pretty and everything and stuff, but we do need that plan B. And when we've got Cairo Mitchell as a target man up front, I think sometimes we do need to utilize that, because I feel like these are our mistakes. So yeah, as Michael said, passing around the back will never help us. Jim has a plan A, but never will see a plan B. He's very stubborn in that aspect. Very, very stubborn. I love Jim, but yeah, please get a plan B, because it's so frustrating because we're so capable and we see glimpses of it, and we are a very good team. We are, but it's just that passing around and the individual errors. What? Yeah, it's not good. But I'm not going to moan. I'm not going to moan. I'm not being one of them fans. I'm not being a Karen. So the National League table, top of the table, we have York City on 35 points. Forest Green Rovers are second on 34 points. Barnet are third on 33 points. Gateshead, which Mr. Luke will be really happy, are fourth on 33 points also. Oldham Athletic are fifth on 30 points. We, up the Dale, are sixth on 27 points. And Yeovil Town, seventh with 25 points. I mean, wow. Wow. Mental. Luke's very happy. I know. Do you think it'll last?
It won't last. I don't think.
No.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm really surprised at where they are in the league at the moment, because I've generally thought they'd struggle this year, because I said last year that, like last season, the National South was not the strongest. I've seen it, and they only just scraped, the title. I thought in the end they should have won it more convincingly. But for what Mark Cooper's done there, a man I don't particularly like. But do you know what? He's got them back to where they need to be, to be honest, because they haven't suffered from that promotion, which could goes one way or the other. But they've just really pushed on. So I think get it to Christmas. I see where they are at Christmas time. If they're still in and about there, then maybe it could be on the cards. But like I say, we're still we're not even halfway through the season yet, so it's still hard to say.
Ain't it mad thinking like we're only at the end of October? Like we're all like, oh yeah, this and stuff and blah blah blah, and it's like, to be fair, we're only a couple of months in.
Yeah, it's goes by so quickly.
Yeah,
anything can happen. And then in the relegation zone, we have Braintree, who are 21st on 13 points. Wealdstone are 22nd on 12 points. Boston are 23rd on 10 points. And Ebbsfleet United, Ben will be very, very happy, are bottom still on 7 points. I'm still bitter about Ebbsfleet. Only top teams can beat them, can't they, Ben?
Hey, at least you want the only team that's given away a 2-0 lead to them this year, because that's what Wealdstone done on Saturday.
True. Some positive, thank you.